Hey everybody, in this video you'll see a typical day camping in our minivan. We'll have examples of our two favorite camping activities, some easy campfire cooking, and stick around for a truly spectacular sunset. Let's gain some elevation and get a better look at our destination, Red Feather Lakes, Colorado. Located about an hour northwest of Fort Collins and not far from the Wyoming border, come along as we explore one of Colorado's lesser-known locations. Good morning from our campsite at Dowdy Lake in Roosevelt National Forest. Let's get the day started. A typical day minivan camping starts with coffee. We boil water on my one-burner backpacking stove and make a couple of cups using the pour-over technique. Although we have fun plans for the day ahead, we start the morning off slowly. Today, we enjoy our coffee by the lake and spend some time reading at the campsite.
So where to now?
Let's go hiking in the Colorado Rockies. Today's hike is to Disappointment Falls, a 5-mile hike which I know will definitely not be a disappointment. Colorado's Red Feather Lakes region isn't known for its high mountain peaks, but for us, the hiking is just as spectacular. We walk through large open meadows and lush stands of young aspen trees. The trail passed an old abandoned cabin, and we took a few minutes to explore. Was it an old homestead? Perhaps a mining structure? Whatever the purpose, they sure had a beautiful view. The falls themselves are certainly no Niagara, but they are beautiful nonetheless. We enjoyed cooling off in the shade and listening to the roar of the spring runoff cascading over the falls before resuming our hike and preparing for our afternoon adventure. In addition to hiking, we always seek out lesser-known attractions and obscure places to visit. I'm sure the great Stupa of Dharmakaya is well known to some folks, but we had never heard of it prior to this minivan camping trip to Red Feather Lakes. After nearly a mile of contemplative walking past many decorative prayer flags, the great structure came into sight. The 108-foot-tall stupa took 14 years to build and was constructed of specially formulated concrete designed to last 1,000 years. Located many miles down dirt roads and deep in the Colorado wilderness, we quietly strolled through the peaceful grounds of this Buddhist retreat. Visitors are permitted inside and filming is allowed. We spent a few minutes quietly reflecting all by ourselves in this peaceful and colorful room. We soon returned to the campground and set up our hammocks down by the lake before starting dinner on the campfire.
We're making our appetizer over the fire with our sandwich maker. Little surprise if you have a guess what might be in here. Oh, some tasty green chili and cheese tamales from Trader Joe's. Looks like they're getting really close. I'm going to give about 2 more minutes on the other side. These tamales never disappoint. I think the corn husk just makes it really forgiving. And about every 3 minutes I rotate it, maybe for 12 minutes total. And you can see it, they just turn out perfect.
Let's check out the campsite. So there's the minivan camper set up, and you can see I've already got some of the window screens in. Got the skier beaters here, and I've got the WeatherTech sunshades there and there. And even though this little driveway area where we're parked is pretty flat. We sleep with our heads towards the front, so I always want to make sure that the front of the vehicle is either level or raised slightly higher. So I've got the levelers set up. And then another question people always ask me in the comments is, where do you go to the bathroom? Well, I'm camping. I go to the bathroom at the campground. And so in this case, the bathroom is right there. Not bad. We carried a few bundles of firewood and some extra supplies in this bag that goes on the trailer hitch cargo carrier. And I've got the mesh set up for the tailgate. I don't know if you can see it, but there are some mosquitoes flying around, so I'm glad I've got the mesh set up. A little bit messy in there right now, but we'll get it all cleared away and everything in its place before we go to bed. But we're going to have a great night here at the Dowdy Campground in Roosevelt National Forest.
So tonight we're going to try a little experiment. I've never done this before, but I have some pizza dough that I just pushed in this little pan. This pan, I think we had ribs or something sometime, and it's just a great pan to keep around for whenever you need to put something over the fire. So my first step is I'm gonna cover this with foil so it doesn't get ashes all over it, and see if I can just get the crust to cook a little while I'm slicing these tomatoes, and then we'll put some cheese on it for a rustic pizza. It's been 5 minutes, so let's take a peek and see how the dough is doing. Smells good. Ooh, it looks pretty good. Let's see how the bottom looks. Ooh, it actually looks really good. I think it's time to do the tomatoes.
How's it look on the bottom?
Good.
Okay.
I decided I'm going to flip it just so that this doesn't get any more done and the other side gets a little more done. And now I'm just going to put some tomatoes on here and sprinkle some cheese and put it back on the fire for a couple minutes just so that everything can get hot. Just a little bit of seasoning. And
What have you got there, Helen? What's the seasoning?
21 seasoning salute. This is what I always bring camping. It's a little of everything. You can pretty much put it on anything and it just adds a little flavor. We always have salt and pepper too, but since I already have salty cheese, I'm not gonna do any more salt.
What kind of cheese we got?
This is Trader Joe's 4 cheese. I think it's called Formaggio. It's whatever the 4 cheese blend is. Again, it's a good one because it goes with everything. And I have some fresh basil, but I'll put that on after. Back to the fire. Well, it's been 3 minutes, so time to see how this experiment's turning out. Ooh, I would say that's a success. Looking tasty.
Rustic pizza.
The final step is just a little bit of fresh basil.
We finished our dinner and waited by the campfire for what would become a truly spectacular sunset. Please consider liking, subscribing, and checking out our other minivan camping videos.